Hey guys, I don't know how to start this video, but I know for a fact that this video should have been made years ago. And to be honest, I did record multiple videos where I expressed my appreciation and love to you, but every time that I record a video, I feel that it's not enough appreciation. Even though I try to say everything that I can, I end up feeling underwhelmed by the video and that you guys deserve more and end up by not releasing it. So hopefully I will be releasing this one. I honestly should. But I'm making this video to thank you for everything that you've done for me in the past years. I don't think you can imagine the amount of change that you've done to my life. I don't think you can tell how much you've improved in my life. And to be honest, I don't think I would even be here if it wasn't for you. And I'm not saying here as, in my rented apartment or whatever. That's also because of you, but I'm saying I wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for you. I know that's pretty dark, but it's true. I've always struggled with mental health, and I unfortunately always had suicidal thoughts. And earlier in my life, before like I started creating mods and stuff, I was pretty suicidal, and at one point I would have ended it if it wasn't for you. Now I want to apologize if this video is not very clear. It's like I'm trying to think about all the things that happened in like past maybe 8 years until today, and it's hard for me to mention each, let's say, section of my life. So it might be a little bit confusing, but I'm gonna try my best to explain everything. Before I start creating mods, like years ago, I was very unhappy with myself. I always felt like I was worthless. No one cares about me. I don't have a reason for existing, and I was pretty depressed. But at the same time, I loved to play The Sims, and I wanted to add things that weren't in the game back in The Sims 3. And then when The Sims 4 came out, I started learning how to create mods for The Sims 4. And it didn't take me that long, thankfully, to be able to create like custom animations and stuff for mods like the extreme violence and stuff. So I started working on that and I released them. And I started to receive a lot of support on those mods when The Sims 4 was, first came out and stuff. With time, I started seeing big YouTubers like trying out my mods and playing with them, and that was so shocking to me, and it was so heartwarming. It made me feel 1,000 times better, and it gave my life some kind of a purpose to keep going, etc. And therefore I kept going with more and more mods. At one point I was struggling with university payments. I had to actually pay from my own money because at one point I was so depressed and having so much like anxiety that I couldn't even leave the house. Like there were days that I would literally wake up, get dressed and get ready to go to university, but then I am so afraid and scared to like open the door and leave the house for some reason. And therefore, because of that, I had to drop the semester and I lost some of the money my dad gave me to pay for the university, but I couldn't tell him about that. So I needed to find a way to kind of earn the money that I lost so I can like pay that money to university without having a big fight with my dad, because at that time I remember things were really, really bad at our house, and I was so close to being kicked out of the house, and that was terrifying to me because if I was kicked out, there was no place that I could go to at that point. And at the same time, you guys kept suggesting in like the comments and stuff that I should start a Patreon account. But I was always against the idea because I really hated the concept of taking money from you guys. it felt bad for me. I didn't want you to spend money on me because I always appreciated you. The comments and like the support and the likes were truly enough for me. But I was kind of stuck. I was in a very bad situation and I had to go with the Patreon plan. And so I set up a Patreon account and I announced it. And also, I at that time I was working on the Road to Fame mod. So I set up a plan where I'm going to release like updates for the Road to Fame mod and put it in like an early access period for 2 weeks. Now, back then, there was like no statements from like EA or the Sims team or anything that you cannot put mods behind locked walls forever. I did it automatically because I thought about players who couldn't afford to support me on Patreon to get the mod, and also people who didn't even own like a credit card or couldn't pay online or whatever. So I decided to release uh, each update 2 weeks after I put it in Patreon. And my plan was just to earn enough money to pay back to university. So I can pay the money without my father knowing and I won't be getting in any trouble and everything would go fine. But to my surprise, you guys did not only support me enough to pay for university, you guys actually supported me with enough money to like start a whole new life on my own. And that's when my life started to change drastically. Okay, I had to like play with the lighting a little bit. I'm sorry that I look greasy. We're in the middle of a huge heat wave. I'm dying, but um I have literally 3 fans in my room because I don't have an air conditioner, and I turned them all off because I didn't want to, the fans noises and stuff in the video. But anyway, I moved to this apartment which I'm currently living in. I started getting the things that I needed, like a powerful PC so I can like create mods faster and stuff. It's been about 3 years since I moved from my family's house, and it's all thanks to you. And I'm sorry to say this, I don't mean to sound ungrateful or anything, but I honestly do not understand why do I receive so much love and support from you guys. Like literally some of the things that I read by you makes me tear up, and it's just fascinating. To be honest, from the beginning I only like created mods because I love to do that. It's something that I enjoy doing. I love modifying games, and I've been doing that since I was like a little kid, and therefore it didn't feel like a job. Now, of course, it has stressful times. There's like some really, really frustrating times when it comes to creating mods. When things just don't work, and I have to like spend hours trying to figure out something that just doesn't work. When the game updates and all the mods break, and you know. But overall, it's a fun process for me, and therefore, when I read comments by you thanking me and saying that you only play The Sims because of mods and stuff, I'm like, I'm so fascinated and amazed by that. I still don't understand. I cannot process it. But I'm so thankful and I'm so grateful and I'm so happy that, by just doing what I love, you're enjoying your game, and, I'm bringing fun to you somehow. Even though most of my mods are like about death and really dark stuff. But yeah. But the most important thing about this video is to let you know how much you mean to me. Last night, for some odd reason, and this is gonna sound dumb and I'm sorry, but I felt like I was crossing over to the other side and I was panicking. And this happened before. It happened multiple times before in my life, and thankfully I didn't die. But yeah, I was so scared. I wanted to post on Twitter that I was feeling that way, and I wanted to thank you for everything that you've done for me, because I was truly afraid that I was gonna lose my life somehow, and you guys wouldn't know how much you mean to me because I've never made such a video talking about it. But I didn't wanna, make you worried or anything. Because imagine if I posted that on Twitter, I would have like brought stress to so many players who follow me on Twitter, and I would have like made you guys feel so worried, and I didn't want that to happen. So I just tried to calm myself down and just dealt with it. And I'm still alive, thankfully. It was just, a false alarm. So yeah. But I want you to know how much you guys mean to me, how much I love you, how much you have changed my life. It's not just little things like you might think that, oh, maybe like, we improved a little bit, but no, like literally my whole life right now, like literal, like if you look, you can't really see because, it's turned off, but literally everything from being able to live in this apartment, from every single object in this apartment, the lights that I'm shined on my oily ass face, the camera that I'm recording myself in, the microphone, the watch, the clothes, my teeth, my nose, even the surgery, like every single thing in my life right now exists because of you and your support, and none of this would have existed if it wasn't for you. And I truly believe that if it wasn't for you, I would have unfortunately ended my life a long time ago, because I was going through very dark thoughts and a very dark time. And at the time, unfortunately, I didn't feel the love of my family when I lived with them. When I used to live with my family, I felt that, I wasn't wanted, I wasn't loved, and therefore I didn't think by taking my life I would be harming them in any way. I thought it was gonna be a minor thing because, you know, they don't really care that much. But I was thinking about you back then. I'm thinking how much love that you guys gave me. Oh, okay, stop. No, no, no. I don't want to cry. I'm sorry. Let me try. As I said, I always felt that I was worthless, that no one cares about me, etc. And you guys were the only ones to show me that love and make me feel that I was actually wanted and that I was loved, and therefore that stopped me from doing anything crazy. And now that I moved here, that I live on my own, and I like visit my family every once in a while, I can see how much they care about me. I can see how much they love me and stuff, which is something that I didn't feel back then. But if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have known that. I would have just ended it back then. And I hate to say that I live a hard life. Like, to be honest, my problems compared to other people are like so, so, so minimal. It cannot even be mentioned, etc. But unfortunately, because I have some mental issues like depression and stuff, it led me to think that I needed to end my life. And sometimes it gets really tough these days. And I have like thoughts that if I died, I would be in a better place, etc. But the difference is that now I know how much my family loves me, and that if I did anything, it's gonna be very hard on them. And I'm not gonna do that. And now I know that I did something to improve your life, even in the slightest, like if I could create mods to make you happy, so be it. That's enough for me to not end it. And I don't want you to worry about me. I'm sorry that I'm not like, there's no way I'm like gonna commit suicide in any way. Don't worry about that, but that's out of the window. It's like, no, at all. Don't worry about that. I would never do that. So yeah, hopefully you know how much you've impacted my life, how much you guys mean to me, how much you've changed. And I am forever grateful for anything that you guys did, from like any like on any like of my posts, any comments, anyone who supports me on Patreon, etc. It's just, it means so much to me. And to be honest, I always say this to my friends and whoever I talk to. Like whenever I get a chance to talk about you, I always show how much I love you and how much you guys mean to me. Because as I said before multiple times, that if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And everything in my life right now is here because of you. It wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And yeah, I always try to show my appreciation. Like whenever you guys leave a comment on any of my videos or on Twitter or anything, I always make sure to like those tweets and give a heart to those comments to hopefully show you that I appreciate what you just said. But I still feel guilty that I don't leave comments. It is something that is very tiring to think about if I'm gonna leave like a comment to every single reply on my videos or on my Twitter or any social media. It's just, it's very tiring. So I hope that leaving a heart is enough. And I honestly try to show how much I care by adding things to my mods. It's never about the money. Like, yeah, money is good. It helps me pay the bills and stuff, but it's not my main priority. My main priority is to make you feel good, to make you have fun with the game, to make you happy, hopefully, and to give back for all the things that you guys done for me. Plus, it's fun to, create mods for most of the time. Um, Now, unfortunately, sometimes, I get really stressed out and I have to like take long breaks and stuff. So I sometimes don't post anything for like a month or 2 months or something. And I really apologize about that. But I hate to force myself to create mods or something like that, because if I do it while I'm not in the mood to do it, then I'm gonna start hating it, and I don't want to hate it. I want to keep this flow going where I only work when I'm in the right place. So not only I come up with like a better quality content, but also it's a way to make me always enjoy what I do and not to hate it, etc. I still don't feel that this video is enough, and I apologize. Like I don't know what to do to show my appreciation, but hopefully I will be able to by releasing mods that you guys hopefully will enjoy or something. So yeah, again, thank you so much for everything. I love you and I appreciate you, and I hope that you're having a wonderful time and that everything in your life is going to be great. And hope to see you soon with whatever I'm gonna post. Yeah. Bye. I love you. I don't know what to do, but like I could give you 100,000 kisses right now for everything because you guys deserve the best. And see you guys soon. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you.